Good morning, everybody. It's not quite the top of the hour. I'm running on CB time this morning, y'all. But it's J.Dunn coming through to speak to you. And y'all, I want to talk about the coronavirus and government conspiracies. Y'all, okay. So first off, I need to say, as an adult, I really need to do better with keeping up with the news. I don't watch the news because anytime I watch the news, it's usually something sad or something depressing on there. But I need to do a better job at keeping up with these types of things simply because yesterday I was in a live stream in the chat of someone, and I was told that the coronavirus had came to Georgia, y'all. And I typed back and forth with the person in the chat, and I was like, the coronavirus came to Georgia. And she was like, yeah, it's 2 cases of it in Georgia. Well, the person said Georgia. So I automatically assumed, oh, that's somewhere away from me. That's somewhere else in Georgia. Yeah, I'd be dang if it's not somewhere else, but actually in Atlanta. So 2 confirmed cases of the coronavirus here in Atlanta. So it got me to thinking. I'm gonna have to do a better job. Good morning, Cutie Chewy. I'm gonna have to do a better job at trying to stay on top of these things, or at least try to research. So I did my research and I found a few news clips and I found the breaking news of it or whatnot. It's puzzling to me though, because when I watch the news clip, they are basically saying, hey, don't panic. We have this under control. The CDC is here in Georgia. We are going to be okay. We have been preparing for this for weeks. It's what they say. They say it's 2 confirmed cases of the coronavirus here in Atlanta, in Fulton County, and they have quarantined the 2 people within the same household. They've quarantined them to the house. They say, don't worry, it hasn't spread. Nothing else is going to happen with this. But I feel like sometimes the media will insult our intelligence. Sometimes the government will insult our intelligence as well. Because, okay, the case of the coronavirus that got here to Atlanta actually came via a person returning from a trip to Italy. So somebody had a trip to Italy and returned back to Atlanta from that trip to Italy carrying the virus. Now, if you know anything about Atlanta, or if you know anything about the airport here in Atlanta, do you know that it's one of the largest airports and one of the busiest airports? Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport is the busiest airport in the world. The massive airport in Georgia sees more than 100 million passengers a year and employs more than 60,000 people, y'all. But the news says, don't be alarmed. Don't be worried. It's isolated to these 2 people here in Atlanta. Good morning, Miss B. Good morning, Robin. They say, don't be alarmed. Don't be scared, because it's isolated to this family. It's isolated to this household. Can y'all imagine how many people the person came in contact with on a plane? Or how many people the person came in contact with within the airport before they even got home to realize they were sick? Then I did further research and I saw that symptoms of the coronavirus could take between, if I'm not mistaken, it said between 2 to 14 days to show. 2 to 14. Miss B said, we just had one in Wake County, North Carolina. See, that's this stuff that I'm talking about, because they want to say, hey, don't be alarmed. We got this under control. But it could be possible that the person in North Carolina had just flown back from Georgia, had a layover in the airport in Georgia. Either way, it makes me wonder if I should be alarmed, or if I should be afraid, if I should panic, if I should be worried at all. I never have been one of those people to feel like, oh, all this bad stuff happening, these outbreaks happening, but it's not going to happen to me. Never been one of those people, y'all. At the same time, something ain't making sense to me that the virus came through that large and busy airport and only one person got out of there with that virus. And that one person took the virus home to his or her household. And now it's two people in that household with that virus and they are being quarantined, but everything is okay. From what I read, it can be passed as easily as being 6 feet away from somebody who may sneeze or cough, y'all. 6 feet. Or if you touch the surface of something and you happen to touch your mouth, your eyes, your nose, things like that, you can get that virus. So in a crowded airplane, if that person was carrying the virus, and we talking about a crowded airplane, if you cough and sneeze, it's easily about 6 people, 6 feet around you. It's easily about 6 people right there in your vicinity. But they want me to believe that they are keeping it confined within the household here. This makes me be like, okay, and y'all, I ain't one of them big conspiracy theorists, but something about it just ain't right. Okay, so you could limit it to one household. So are you trying to place fear in people? Are you trying to make people afraid to go out and about? Y'all, I have one of my cousins is getting married. And I was even up thinking, and I'm like, dang, she getting married and they talking about this virus here. Even if I want to fly in and not drive, they got this virus going on. Make me even fearful, like, do I want to try to go to that wedding? Y'all, something about it ain't right, though. Let me get to these comments. Y'all, I sit here and I ponder sometimes because sometimes you really do have to ponder. And I was doing one morning show last week, and the topic was getting really good about conspiracies. One lady called in and she was speaking her thought about government conspiracies and how the lady who got killed in Indianapolis because of live streaming on Facebook really wasn't killed. And that was a good discussion topic, but I was running out of time as far as being on here because I still do have to get ready for work and things like that when I get off here. But either way, it was a good debate going on about whether or not we should believe what we hear in the media, whether or not we should believe what we hear, see, read all over television, all over social media, etc. And now I'm thinking about that this morning. I believe that the coronavirus is real, but I don't believe all these facts surrounding what they are telling us about the coronavirus. I don't believe that only 2 people affected here. If it's a real and true virus, I don't believe just only 2 people got it. Rico is in here. Oh, good morning, the sense of awe. Rico said, good morning. The government created this coronavirus and having y'all thinking it's China. Just made it convenient to say the news be lying. A sense of awe said, I did a video yesterday. It's at my job. What? A sense of awe? A sense of awe. If I'm not asking too much, where are you located? And you don't have to say the city, but if you would say the state, if you are comfortable, I would like to know. Because the interesting thing about this coronavirus, they said that it's located in Fulton County here in Atlanta. Fulton County is such a big county out here. It's so many businesses and organizations there. So much that people can come in contact with over that. Cutie Chewy said, I wonder what makes people go get checked. I believe the virus has common symptoms. It does. I read that the symptoms are, I think like coughing, sneezing, and shortness of breath. Almost like pneumonia. And then they say that some people actually wind up with pneumonia from the virus. So it sounds like the common cold to me. But at what point do you go get checked for the common cold? Good morning, I see you. Rico said the government is behind this. They planted that virus and put the person on the plane like a lab rat. Test run to see how it would do. Because how they know so much about it, and by then they know so much about other strands, they've been planning this thing for years. Population control. Miss B said, I will believe the media before I believe these people online. Miss B, I understand that. Oh, a sense of I said San Diego. Okay, I understand that. And y'all, I'm not big on these things, but I do believe that there is some type of government population control going on. And I mean, y'all could call me crazy or whatever, but just and I know that people who have been on my channel a lot probably get tired of me referencing Katrina. But I do believe that there was some type of population control going on in the city of New Orleans when Hurricane Katrina happened. They did population control as far as the low income residential areas. Those are the areas that got flooded. Those are the areas where people lost their life. There was some type of population control, I do believe, because once they rid the city of so many people, they were able to control the population and have other people trickle in. But then also, the economy started booming as far as the film and television industry. I believe there are some things that are behind the scenes that we sometimes don't look at because we don't want to question things. But I do believe that some things should be questioned. Good morning, Starlet. Good morning, eating good. Good morning, Nikki Baby. Oh, a sense of I said, my staff member got pneumonia and is located in her home. She is only 6 miles from me. I am sick to my stomach. See? Nikki Baby said, it been out here for real. I told people that mess been out here. Rico said, don't believe the media. The news is lying to have people believing that this or that. They did this, the government killing people to control the population. I see you said, J.Dunn, when you get time, look up what they are saying about black people getting it. Ooh. So there was something being reported about black people getting it? Huh. I haven't read that. Miss B said it is the criminal justice system. Eating good said you're not crazy, Jay. A sense of I said the media is scripted. They all say the same exact thing to brainwash and distract the masses. Sir Brink said it wasn't population control in New Orleans. It was an opportunity for gentrification at a massive scale. Eating good said that was the plan for New Orleans. Have you noticed the gentrification there? You're right. I see you. What's going on? Oh, I said that to you already. And Starlet said they said it can survive in the heat. Mouth Open said, greetings, J.Dunn. Blessed morning. On my way to work, just passing by. Thank you for coming through, Mouth Open. Thanks for coming through. Y'all, I'm gonna put the banner up. I'm not gonna be on here long, but I'm curious to know what y'all think about this right here. And actually, let me see if I could share my screen. I'm gonna try to play. Well, I don't know, y'all. If I play the news clip, am I gonna get a copyright? Yeah, that's why I'm scared to play the news clip because I don't want to get a copyright. But I think that it's crazy to me for that airport to be so big and for this man to have traveled through this airport coming from Italy with this virus. But they want us to believe that this virus is not a big deal. Mind, Body, and Soul TV said, I'm not buying the coronavirus because the Chinese citizens were told not to post on it on Facebook too. No one positive have made a social media post. Only source, wait, dang, it went up too quick. Only source is the media who isn't trustworthy. So Brinks is saying good morning to people. We got a couple more people coming in here. I see you said the man in Africa had it and he's better now. So Brink said you will. Oh, I will get a copyright. Okay. That's why I was scared to play the news clip. Okay, so I'm not going to play it. What's going on, lovely love? Good morning. What's going on, everybody? But yeah, so, I'm just sitting here just thinking about the spread of this virus, y'all. The government be doing so many tricky things, but then when you question what is being done out there, then people will think that you are wrong for having simple questions. But it's nothing wrong to question this stuff and not just believe what they tell you and what's on the surface. Okay, Sir Brinks, I'm not gonna play it. I'm not gonna play. Y'all, even just now, I had to cough. I just woke up, y'all. I had to cough. And now whenever I cough, I'm like, dang, is this the coronavirus? Yeah, I can't with these people and these fear tactics. I can't with this fear mongering that's going on. I can't with it. Eating Good said they've been knowing about it and are even well than citizens' door shut. Wow. Lovely Love said challenge of working out day one. If you want to participate, that's good. I'm not good at it. Oh, okay, Lovely Love. Okay, thank you for that. Oh yeah, a sense of awe. I did read that that having a fever was the primary thing. But y'all, I think about all the people that I will come in contact with as soon as I walk outside my door today. And I feel like I think it's like mind over matter. Because had I not been aware that the coronavirus is here in Atlanta, I probably wouldn't have gave no thoughts about me walking out my front door. But knowing that I'm going to have to walk out my front door later on today to start my day, and all the people that I might come in contact with, and all the people who might have been at that airport, and all the people who might have taken public transportation or something like that, all the people who did all these things, y'all, I'm going to be passing everybody with the side eye. Wondering who might have the coronavirus. Okay. It just give you a reason to have some type of paranoia and stuff. I can't. Camden said, our CEO put out a message that if any employee was in the main four countries, do not come to work if you feel sick. Who else's job be talking about the coronavirus? Okay, and she said Arizona here. Yeah, Lovely Love said exactly. I have not went to sleep, but I'll be out here in a minute. Woo Woo said, good morning, J.Dunn in chat. I don't usually comment, but I agree that the government and doctors are getting paid off of this. If anyone in the chat has a can of Lysol disinfectant spray, read it. Yeah, I heard that Lysol already has like the coronavirus in it. And that's the spray that we use to disinfect the households. That's the spray that we use to clean. That's the spray that we use whenever there could be a minor bug or a minor germ within a household. We use that to protect ourselves, but I heard that the coronavirus is even in that. Sir Brick said, there's a lot that the government conceals with global operations. The media doesn't even know. They only know what the PR reps are directed to tell them. Rico said, exactly, a good eating. I see you said, start wearing gloves and a face mask. Lord, this mess crazy. Sabrik said, I work in the realm. You'll be surprised. A sense of I said, I don't want to go back to work. I work at a county health facility. It's crazy. Good morning, Black Brother Chucky. And good morning, Wolverine. Good morning, Diver for Depth. Eating Good said, China knew about this since April. The doctors involved were advised to shut the you know what up. Diver for Depth said, you can't live in a bubble though. Just wash your hands regularly and wear a mask if need be. Rico said, why wear a face mask? But hold on, why wear a face mask? But y'all, some people out here sharing bodily fluids on the daily using. Now, Rico, this ain't go. Well, I mean, of course, it got to do with people sharing bodily fluids using no condom, but that's a little left about what we're talking about. Hey, just JOK, good morning. Lovely Love said, do you see people getting water, ammunition, and food? What do they tell you? Because we stocking up slowly. I'm seeing what they saying on the news. I take heed to it, real talk. And I mean, it's fair to take heed to it. Y'all, I want to share with y'all one interesting thing because I'm a person who is a believer in conspiracies to a certain degree. A lot of the times you can't believe what's on the surface. And like I participated in a few screenwriting competitions in the past, y'all, because y'all know my passion is for film. And with the screenwriting competitions, I've basically competed in different rounds of competitions and actually had to come up with a short script within a certain amount of time, usually 48 hours. And then I have to submit it based on certain criteria that they expected from me. And in one of my scripts, I actually did write about something like this happening. I wrote about something like this, and just not to give my whole script away, even though I have a copyright on it. Not to give my whole script away, y'all. I want to share with y'all at least this is called the log line. And a log line is basically a quick one sentence line that tells an audience what your script is going to be about. Any type of person who is into film or screenwriting knows about log lines and how that works. But I just want to show y'all the log line of one script that I wrote, because I do. I take heed to what's real and what's not real. And I question everything on a regular. I analyze things. But so let me show y'all real quick the log line for my script. So I wrote this script about 3-4 years ago, and it's called Operation Depot. And this is the log line, y'all, if y'all can see. A whole city must seek shelter in an airport after a citywide mandatory hurricane evacuation leaves them all fearing for their lives. That's the log line for this script. And if you can see with me with this script, which I'm not going to go too much into it, but it's basically a script surrounded by people trying to evacuate a natural disaster and the government having something to do with that natural disaster. And in turn, while the people are stuck seeking shelter within this airport, the government still carries out their tactics of depopulizing that particular area by tampering with the food and things like that of the people who are residing within this airport. Where there is a will, there is a way. That's what my grandmother always said. Even if it's some type of natural disaster that the government may be trying to depopulize, or even if it comes to the coronavirus, a lot of the times they will tamper with the food and the water that we have in order. They will tamper with the food and the water that we have in order to go ahead and proceed with what they feel like they're trying to do. Let me see. Okay, I'm trying to see if anything new is said. Camden said Lysol kills coronavirus. It doesn't have it in it. It does not have it in it, because I thought I read that it did, but you might be right, Camden. You may be. Mind, Body, and Soul TV said, I'm unbothered. I'm not buying anything. Just staying on my alkaline vegan lifestyle. Oh, good morning, Mind, Body, and TV. Fabric said he loaded up on ammunition too. Lovely Love said, but I think you should take heed when they tell you get water and get food. Don't be too late. The government knows more than we know. But y'all, that's my thing when it comes to bottled water, y'all. And call me too much of a theorist. But how do we even know where that water is bottled from? What spring did it actually come from, y'all? I want to know. I remember whenever I was living in New Orleans, y'all, and they were giving us all this type of bottled water and things like that, because anytime there was some type of hurricane, and not necessarily Katrina, but anytime there was a hurricane, there was like all of these, FEMA and different organizations coming in with this bottled water trying to save the day. But I always was wondering, well, okay, where did this water come from? What spring? What spring, what lake did it come from? I drank the water anyway, of course, because when you're thirsty, you're gonna drink. But y'all don't care to know about where the water came from. And then how can you believe what's on the label of the water? Y'all, the fear mongering that could go on within the United States is unreal to me. They can have you questioning every dang on thing. And that's the reason why, because I know I'm a very analytical person, that's the reason why sometimes I have to avoid the news, y'all. But in avoiding the news, I could be out here a sitting duck because I didn't even know that the coronavirus had came to Atlanta. Sir Brink said, I don't trust the human condition and how people respond to chaos. Oh, Mind Body TV. Oh, the news said that Lysol kills it. Okay, so y'all, let me correct myself because I thought the person was telling me that that Lysol had the coronavirus in it. Cause y'all know how it's just like the flu shot that they tell us to go out there and get. The flu shot has strands of the flu in it, but they tell us to put it in us. That's why I don't do no flu shot. The first time I ever went out and did a flu shot, I wound up with the worst case of the flu ever. I had the worst case of the flu that I've ever had. I remember being sick. I remember being sick all the time. I remember losing my voice. I remember being sick as a dog as far as regurgitating and stuff. I remember just feeling awful. And I felt awful after I got the flu shot. Good morning, Stephanie. Camden said, I can't convince my dad to get 2 weeks of food. He thinks it's not that serious. We live 30 minutes from ASU. I work at a casino. Probably touched 50 Washington IDs, maybe 10 Florida IDs. You'd be surprised how much people travel. Okay, lovely love right here. But lovely love, we're going to keep it at a minimum. I got to get more control over my channel.
I already know that. I got you, love.
But not only that, because I'm just up in here only for a short time because I do have to get ready for my day. But while I was getting ready for my day, I was thinking about this virus and about what's out there. So thank you for joining. Where are you in the area where they say the virus is?
No, I'm in Arizona. I mean, I think it's here in Tampa. One of them, a case was here in Tampa, but the thing is, everything going off the shelves, and we've been stocking up on water. We've been stocking. We only got 2 guns, and we've been stocking up on ammunition and food part. We ain't that good at. But you know what? It's better to be prepared than not prepared, because let me tell these people, if you look at the news like I look at the news, they telling you what they finna do. If anything break out real bad, they gonna shut this city down. And when they shut that city down, they shut everything down. So you ain't coming out your house. Everything is quarantined. They gonna kill you if you go out, try to leave, and people be like, I'm going to get my family like we live free. Baby. They will kill you because you cannot go out of your city or your state. And I'm like, is that what y'all telling me? But they did say, we got control of it. And people, everything is coming off the shelves. And we don't have that much money. We stay in a little bitty ass apartment. And I'm like, as long as I got water, I don't need no food. You know what I mean? It is what it is. And you gotta think. I don't think it's gonna happen. J.Dunn, I don't think it's gonna happen. But what if it happened? Would you be prepared?
Right.
Okay. Good morning, everybody.
Wolverine is here. Good morning, Wolverine.
Good morning. This is Dr. Wolverine. I just want to make some things clear. And I did come on your show last time, J.Dunn. I was speaking something about preparations over the weekend. And so let's just start with right now the CDC said we are at a level 3 as far as the coronavirus. They want people and visitors. If you have visited the 3 states you mentioned, I believe you mentioned it too, the Iran, Italy, Japan. They want you to be cautious. If you're coming from those areas, they want you to self-quarantine at home, even if you do not have the symptoms. Self-quarantine at home, and you was right when you said the 2 to 14 days. Quarantine at home for 14 days. And then if you have any symptoms, you want to contact the CDC. Do not go to the hospital. They do not want to go to the hospital right now at the moment. Far as preparation, the government did say to have 2 weeks worth of water, 2 weeks worth of food. Now, I was listening in the comments, and some people, the conspiracy theorists. Let me tell you, if you're in the medical field, we don't believe in conspiracy theory. We know about this. If you went to medical school, nursing school, any kind of medical training, you know that this is a potential. You've been trained for this. If you're not in the habit of wash your hands every day, then you're in trouble. If you're not in the habit of watching people mannerisms and like, oh, I heard somebody cough, where she came from, where she coughed at. People got to be careful. If you're not in the habit of going to the grocery store and using those wipes like they have at the front door to wipe your buggy and your basket, you're in trouble. So you got to be ready for it. So I've been ready for that all the time. I don't open doors with my hand. I open doors with my shirt. I just went to Dunkin' Donuts. I open doors with my shirt. Oh, your elbow, exactly. So I'm you got to be prepared. But unfortunately, when you go to
So you just said this was Dr. Wolverine. So you saying you're a Dr. Wolverine?
I'm not saying I'm a doctor, but I know a lot of things that the doctor knows.
Well, then you got to make that clear before you just bust on here and say this is Dr. Wolverine.
Like my character.
No, this morning show that I do is a very serious morning show. It's not for
exactly.
Yeah, it's not for all the extra. I save the extra for the evening. And so,
what I've been saying, everything I've been saying is so very seriously, and I want to tell the people stop believing that conspiracy theories.
Okay, they telling us on the news in Arizona. Oh, somebody that been here in Tampa. I'm in Phoenix. I'm like 20 minutes, 30 minutes from Tampa, and I'll be all through that. And then they was like, well, you have to be in touch with somebody for a certain amount of minutes and all that. Y'all don't even know what the virus is. And then when it's spread, what we gonna do?
They do know what the virus is.
They're trying to find a cure, and they don't know what it is. They're trying to find a cure. They're gonna start shutting cities down. They're gonna start because if it get out of hand, which is not in the United States yet, but it's getting close. But it's not in the United States yet.
I think I learned a little bit more about the coronavirus. First of all, the coronavirus that you see on that can of Lysol and in the wipes is not the same coronavirus that we're dealing with now. This is
the Lysol's in the wipes. Are you kidding me?
The Clorox wipes. It's that's not the same.
It's like wildflowers, and you gonna tell me they told you? I ain't heard no Lysol in wipes.
It's on the wipes in the Lysol can. It's on there.
Where you hear that?
But it's a hold on 1 second. It's a different strain of coronavirus. It's not the same strain that you see on that can of Lysol. What you trying to say? There's like pneumonia or something, or that's what you saying? So this is, since we go there, this is the symptoms of coronavirus. So the coronavirus, let's see what the symptoms are. So you would have symptoms such as fever, shortness of breath, it's a lower respiratory illness, coughing. So you got to monitor things like that. So if you have any of those signs and you've been exposed to somebody who came, from that Diamond Princess boat or came from one of those places that have a travel ban on it.
How many Americans go through that and that's their daily living? They don't know nothing different. So what they got
but that's why J.Dunn have this live.
Know they got it.
Well, that's why J.Dunn have this live to educate and to let people be aware of what the symptoms and signs and what's going on and what are the changes that you need to do. Buying ammunition is not going to protect you. This is not the government trying to take over things. This is just, a virus that started in Wuhan.
If a motherfucker kick in my door, I'm going to shoot their ass. What the fuck you mean? Ain't no ammunition.
I think if to be on the platform, I think you got to be careful because some people, everybody listening to what we're saying right now. So I don't want to, freak nobody out and saying
food up, water up, and I help somebody. And guess what? I'm telling you, it's gonna come a day, and I hope I be there when it comes. It's gonna come a day that things gonna break out that way, and I hope I'm not here. but it's
But what
slowly
ammunition is
coming.
going to do for
It's
you when it
slowly
comes to
coming.
coronavirus?
To me,
What
it's
is,
slowly coming, and I believe in that.
but what is the ammunition going to help you protect yourself from the coronavirus?
I'm
How
gonna blow their
ammunition going
brains out when they come through my
so you
door.
going
That's what
so you gonna
ammunition
blow
is
the
gonna do.
person who's affected with the coronavirus?
I don't know. You
Sometimes
ever
people.
shot a gun?
Wait a second, y'all. I need y'all to
Sorry,
speak.
I'm finna
I need
get up
y'all to
off here
speak.
because I'm getting
Yeah,
irritated. I'm gonna go,
I
love. I thank you for letting me
research.
come.
I need
I
you to
love you,
speak
bro.
to levels of research or levels of statistics or something.
Exactly.
I'm just getting on here doing all this speculation. Y'all save that for an evening live.
No, that's not y'all. That's one person. Because I was, saying, why would you sit here and tell people to get ammunition when you're supposed to be getting hand sanitizers, getting your preparation for 2 weeks worth of food and water, making sure you know how to take off a mask. Let me let you know, people. And I spoke a couple weekend ago. To take off a mask, you do not grab the mask by the face mask. You grab it by the straps. Once you touch that mask, you are contaminated with your hands, and you contaminate the mask. The mask is no good. Some masks is only one time use, so you got to read the back of the mask. I'm giving factual information because I'm in the business of this. So what Love was saying, I understand she's unaware, but I came on here because I heard somebody. I would listen to the chat, and I wanted to let people know. Just try to go get leave the mask for the people who are sick, because that's what the government wants right now. They don't want everyone to go out and get a mask. Because right now, the health officials cannot find a mask to protect themselves because the people are coming into the facilities, the doctor's office, the hospitals, and they can't find masks because the general population is buying up the mask. Yes, you can get masks to protect yourself, but you got to know how to use it. You can do more harm than good with the mask.
Mm-hmm.
So just the CDC got things on their website how to wash your hands properly for over 20 seconds, how to take off the mask, and so what happened is, if you see the news, some people are touching a mask, adjusting their glasses, scratching their face, and they just contaminate themselves already. And then if you got to get a mask that properly fitted. The guys got to shave their beards and make sure their mustache don't extend outside the mask. You do not want to have air pockets in the mask, like around the nose. You want to make sure it's securely fit around the whole the nose and the mouth. If you can breathe air from the side, then it's not securely tightened. So that's what we should be telling the people, not to go get ammunition for what.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get the call, but dang. It didn't even do the little pop-up. Oh, here we go. What's going on? Good morning.
Morning.
Morning. Hey, Jay. It's Tina, a sense of awe. How are you?
Oh, doing all right. And you, a sense of awe?
I'm doing pretty good. Little bit of a wreck since I got that news yesterday about my staff member. Mm-hmm. But here's what I wanted to join in on your conversation, because some of the information that's being said is not totally accurate. Oh, and so I just wanted to share with you in regards to what Wolverine is saying. Hi, Wolverine.
Hello. How you doing?
How you doing? I'm doing well. So a couple of things. One is, it's very true that the mask, we really shouldn't be going out buying a bunch of masks, because you do need to, first of all, it's not going to really work unless you buy something almost like a respirator mask or N95 or N99. Mm-hmm. Other than that, the basic mask will not help you. It doesn't even help us in infection control in the medical facility. We have to wear level 3 masks in the dental field, because level 1 and 2 we use just to clean up. Like if you're a person who uses Lysol, which does have the old strain of the coronavirus. However, it does not have the new strain of the coronavirus, COVID-19. It does not have that, but it does have the old coronavirus, so that will not help you. Hand sanitizer will be effective, but not as effective as hand washing for at least 20 seconds, getting in between those fingers, getting under those nails. Yes. Understanding that the airborne droplets, they can go up to 10 to 25 square feet in a circumference, right? Mm-hmm. Secondly, what happens is it can stay on The airborne droplets can stay in the air for up to 10 minutes.
Exactly.
So if someone is within that close proximity of you, you are susceptible to getting it if you touch your face within that time, your mouth, your eyes, anything like that. Now, as far as surfaces and clothing is concerned, this could last up to 20, 25 minutes. So you just want to make sure that for people that's in the healthcare profession, we don't wear our clothes into our homes. I don't walk my shoes into my home. I leave everything right there.
Exactly.
Try to just make sure if you go to a public place, which I don't recommend eating out any buffets and all of that stuff at this point. But if you do go to a public place, as soon as you get home, take those clothes off. Just wash them. That would be good enough. Hot water and soap will get it off your clothing. Wipe down your surfaces. Now, the thing with the 1/10 bleach that I was talking about in the comment section. So the Lysol won't work. However, if you take 1/10 of bleach and put it in 1 quart of water and you clean your surfaces with that, that will kill any biological. This is what we use when we do, like if somebody throws up in our clinics or if somebody's bleeding or people have even pooped in my clinic on the floor, had diarrhea. So we've got to clean that up. We have a biohazard clip that we clean that up. But the main thing we must do is the 1/10 bleach. Now, mind you, if you make this solution, it only is effective for 24 hours, guys. You have to change that solution every day. So that's why we're required, Wolverine, I'm sure you know, we have to put it on the bottle every day and we have to log if we change it. Because no longer is Lysol allowed to be used in these facilities anymore.
Exactly.
Of lung and respiratory issues. So now we use more of like sandy cloths and wipes like that to decontaminate things. Okay. Now, in regards to shaking hands and touching doors, yes, it's very true what you said, Wolverine. I would not recommend using any public bathrooms right now, but if you have to, just make sure that you don't touch any surfaces. Tissue, you got to flush it. To touch the sink with a piece of tissue, wash your hands for 20 seconds, grab another piece of tissue, hit that doorknob and get up out of there. But don't touch anything in the public if you can avoid it. Even if you go into a doctor's office and you're not feeling well and you touch that door, I recommend you to wash your hands or keep you a bottle, a small little hand sanitizer on you. Other than that, guys, there's really nothing else we can do but just keep our family safe. I do recommend, yes, to definitely having the ammunition, a 30-day food supply if you can. And for the people who are on this YouTube community, you know, if you can't something that you need, then you should get on your platform and you should tell people, because there's people like us out there that will donate and help people to get food supplies and things like that. There are good people like us here. And so if we can go to people's chats and drop coins or roast in a lab, there are some of us here who will help you. So if you can't afford to get a 30-day food supply, I suggest that you use your channel to ask for help. That's it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Help.
Here's mine.
And that's all I have. I think this is a very important discussion, Jay. I thank you for the time to share my opinion. And I'm speaking from experience. I've been in compliance in dentistry for 20 years. I do run the infection control policy at my county building. So I'm really well aware of what I'm saying. I'm not just telling you something I've read. This is something I've been trained in, okay?
Thank you so much, Sensaval. You hit it right on the nail. She hit it right on the nail.
She did. And the sense of all.
Take care. All we have to do is take care.
Oh,
no, ma'am, I'm not disrespecting
hold
you.
on.
Government don't know really what's going on. So how we gonna talk about it? All we have to do is try to take care of us. That's it. That's all I was saying. Take care of us. Like you said, you did everything like Wolverine, whatever his name is. He was saying the right thing, but don't knock what I said. We need to protect ourselves. We gonna need water, because when everything happened, they shut this city down. The water supplies, everything that's getting on shelf right now, other people that get money is going off the shelf. I'm looking at it. So I'm like, why is it going off the shelf like that? Why would I be a fool and not to get some too? And I'm in a little apartment. You have people with homes, you have people with farms, you have people.
I do respect
I'm just trying to tell you what I see.
And I understand that is one facet of it. But there's a whole conglomerate of this here that needs to come together. So your idea is a great idea. Wolverine's idea, if we all come together, it will help people be aware. So that's all we're doing. We all have a different perspective as how we want to survive. But for those of us who have the knowledge, we need to also share the basic. Because some people just don't know. They really believe that life will work. Like, really. So you have to do that and let people know that it doesn't work. That's all. So I agree with what you're saying as well, too. And I definitely did what you did, Lovey Love. We stocked up, supplies, everything. So we're good, but it's more than that. That's all I think that we're saying, right? Are we in agreement?
I agree with that.
I understand what Wolverine's saying. I understand that. But my thing is, what Wolverine, he was like, animation, you don't need that. Oh, yes.
But let me. I'm sorry to interrupt. Let me just say this right here.
Wait a second.
No, he was saying like,
if you have never been on my morning show, y'all, because y'all are doing all this speculation, Wolverine, I'm very offended that you came on here and labeled yourself as a doctor when you are not.
Well, no, I know much. Let me tell you, I'm in the medical.
What you did was diminish the credibility of what I do here in the morning time, Wolverine. That's what you did. Don't come on here and say that you're a doctor when we're speaking about a serious topic. You just diminish the credibility. What I do in the morning is not the same thing as what I do in the evening, y'all. And even with Lovely Love, you are speaking on something that may happen. It may happen, but we are talking about what's happening right now.
I know, but you have someone come in, a woman come in and tell you everything the thing's supposed to do with the medical. I'm just doing on the defense. I'm not doing like, oh, I'm no doctor or nothing. I don't know nothing about this crap. Only thing I'm saying is get your water, get your food. I'm just telling you how to survive. I'm not saying nothing else. I'm not telling you about the disease or nothing because I really don't know. I just want people to get prepared and don't be blindsided. And it might don't happen.
But I wish you, before I even clicked this live, I read about 4 articles. I listened to a couple of news things regarding the coronavirus here in Atlanta. I didn't come here with just some speculations. I actually listened to the stuff. And I was prepared to play the news until they told me that I would get a copyright strike if I did that. So I'm saying, did you come prepared with some stats or something that you can give and not just an opinion? Because that's not what this is about.
No, I told you my opinion. Ammunition, get food, get water. That's what I told you. He told you and she told you how to keep yourself safe, and which she was right. And which, whatever his name is, he was right. But my thing was, be safe. Because when they shut everything down, real life gonna be real life.
Okay, can I say this right here?
The government is not gonna tell you that you shut down. I'm looking at stores, everything getting empty. I wonder why everything getting empty. If everything getting empty, don't that make your brain think like, what I'm missing? Listen to the news. No. Oh, it don't?
No.
Okay.
No, it don't. No. Let me just say this right here. When Saint Savon and myself, we can't know who it fights. I've been watching this story since it happened back in September, October, and November in Wuhan, China. I actually went out the country, was on vacation,
Hold on.
let me,
Let me stop. Let me stop you right there. Wolverine, you would have come on here with facts if you didn't start out labeling yourself a doctor.
But what I just said. But wait a minute. What I just said was factual information. Everything I said since all just repeated it. I said everything about the Lysol wipes. Say everything about the 2 week worth of food, the mask. I even told you how to put on the mask. Some people think you just put it on, you just be safe. I came with factual information, and I did not. And I did not review this.
I do understand what Wolverine. I do understand what Jay is saying, because that kind of debunked right off the back what by you saying you were a doctor. So the difference is that I am certified in infection control, and so
I'm certified as well. I'm certified as well.
Opening was the problem.
Go ahead.
Wolverine, if you had come on here and said you were just certified, it would
But
be.
why are we making this about my name? I mean, if you look at the comments, my name all coming from the comments. So why don't we focus on the name when I've been saying the real issue? When I did bring the issue up, nobody want to listen. I've been talking about the issue on many different platforms. Nobody want to listen when they had supplies, sanitizer on the shelf then.
When you come and start your point off with the lie, Wolverine.
What you mean? What you mean?
Because
I don't think we should. I don't think we should make. I don't think we should make this about me at this time. I think we got many cases popping up right now. We got people, relatives, who are getting the other family members sick right at the moment because they didn't know their relative went to another foreign country or got off the boat. I think we should just stay on the topic.
Wolverine, you don't tell me what I can point out about what you said.
No, I just say I think. It was just my opinion, just a statement. I'm not telling you what to do. I say I think.
Well, Wolverine, I think that Jay has a point because you have to know your audience. So we're dealing with, this is our sector, right? And you have to meet people where they're at. Everybody is not going to take that seriously just because of that statement. They'll only hear that statement and miss your whole entire message. I think is that what you're saying, Jay?
I mean, if you look at before I even came to here, it was so many conspiracy theories being thrown left and right. I don't think no one even has a sense of what was going on.
Title: Coronavirus and Government Conspiracy.
But look at your chat earlier. You reading a thing to me. I was listening. I'm like, what the world going on? Somebody to come in here and let these people know to settle that conspiracy theories down. Take this seriously because what people are talking about with guns and bullets and stuff like that. Did your family members get a mask? Did your brother and sister? Did your children get sanitized and put in their book bag? Did you teach your children how to wash their hands? That's what someone should be talking about before they go get ammunition. You make sure every family member have what they need, the essentials, what they need before we look into ammunition.
But Wolverine, the difference between you and a sense of awe came on here and said exactly what type of mask to get. The reason why this mask will not work with the coronavirus versus this other mask, which will work. You just came and said a mask.
No, you didn't get. No, let me tell you. Oh God, I know people just gonna run back. I mean, let me just. I'm gonna just go ahead and leave the chat. But what I said was same thing as we didn't get into what name was the mask. I said if you go back to your channel over the weekend, I said the name of the mask N95. I know what I'm talking about. I'm not just talking BS out my mouth. The half of the thing that I said, the same thing that Sense of All said. We are in the medical field. I'm close to. I got friends in the CDC. I got doctor friends all over the world, including Atlanta. I have to travel to Atlanta airport. So when you called in, when you talking about that, the risk is high in Atlanta because so many different travelers. I just come and get my input on it. I mean, we'll try to get educate, not educate, inform people about what they need to do, what's going on, how it's being spread. It's droplets. I know I'm into that. I am certified. I run businesses doing this. So I'm just trying to get people aware of what's going on. And when I heard the conversation, how left it was going, or how right, whichever one you want to say it, I just said, let me call in during the time I have now to let the people know. But I think since I have this, because she is certified, and some of the things that I do is aware of that she know her stuff too as well. So I think she can handle the rest of the conversation. But
And
I do apologize if anything offended anybody for calling myself a doctor. But I can get you a doctor to call in your show. You want a real doctor to call in your show? I can get you a doctor to call in your show.
I just want people being truthful calling in. This is a morning show. This is not even beef. Like, this the thing, Wolverine, because I don't want you to be offended or feel any type of way.
I mean,
when I do this morning show, it's not for no arguing. It's not for no over talking. It's not for no bickering. It's simply to let people have something peaceful and informative to listen to while they are getting ready to start their day. I don't want anybody going to work thinking about what beef is happening or what drama or anything. I don't want that. But I do feel like you started off bad when you did that, Wolverine. You should have just came on here and just said your credentials, the true ones, and then spoke. Because you saying that negates everything else that you have said. In my opinion.
I'm sorry. Can I just say that I just feel like it was a break before Wolverine, before you get off the line. I just want to say I think it was a breakdown in communication. And I do understand what you were saying is prioritizing. And I do agree that before you go out and get ammunition, and no disrespect, love, but you say you don't have enough money to get the 30-day or 2-week supply, then that's an issue if you got ammunition first, because the purpose of the ammunition is yes, he's right. As far as safety, because when things start running out and people start getting into a real panic, or if people get into a panic, your safety would be at risk. People might start trying to break in your home to get some supplies or whatever the case may be. So I do agree with what she's saying, but that's not the first priority. There is priorities, like he said, teaching your family how to wash their hands correctly. I have a disabled sister that can't wash her hands the same. So I have to go in there and wash her hands for the whole 20 seconds, scrub and lather between her fingers, because she can't do it. But I keep enforcing it on her. So I get it. The priority is what you're trying to say, Wolverine. Is that what you're prioritizing?
We're prioritizing information, being informed about the symptoms and things of this virus, to not let people be running crazy around these conspiracy theories. It was so much conspiracy theories that was being said in its chat. So I made a mission of myself during my time right now, before I get started my day, to say, come here to, okay, people, this what's going on. Don't believe it. You're going to spend more time on a conspiracy theory than getting yourself prepared. I went to Publish yesterday trying to get, I got sanitizer for my business and for my house. I've been advising my family through group text messaging for over a month to get your sanitizer ready, do a deep clean of your house, watch people, they come to your house and they not feeling well, don't let them in your house. Just, be precaution. This is the sign you look for. Not every family member is in the health field. And those family members who are need to help the others who are not. And also to get information. Not only I have to look over my family, friends, I have a business, I have customers. I have over different locations. I have a place in Atlanta I have to go to. So it's not just, I'm just on here giving falsified information. I understand, J.Dunn, I do apologize for having doctor on your name, on my name, I mean. But everything I did say was factual and correct information.
No, it's not that you had doctor on your name. I said good morning, Wolverine, and you said Dr. Wolverine.
No, I say I'm somewhat. You say, "Are you a doctor?" I say I'm somewhat like a doctor. I'm somewhat like.
No, I didn't. Now we can go back.
Go back and rewind. Go back and rewind.
Right. What I said was good morning, Wolverine, and you said Dr. Wolverine. That's what you said. Don't come on my morning show lying about your credentials, Wolverine. That's not what this show is about.
Then what said it was lying about the credentialing? I said it's somewhat like a doctor. But if I had a doctorate, I can, what happened if I call myself a doctor? You would have got interpreted that I was a real doctor. And I just had, had my doctorates. I mean, so it can go either way. But the thing is, let me go off for it, if the message get unclear. So you guys go back and repeat the whole entire message. And let me click off, since the doctor, I don't want the doctor thing to take over your whole entire show. So I'm just going to click off And I hope people took the message I gave and really, with the amount of time that we have, with the supplies that we have left, they are going to put out some more sanitizers. They are going to put out some more masks. The government do got a backup supply, a stock up in the warehouse just for the health officials. So you just want to watch everything and take this information and spread it to your family, your friends, the people who do not watch the news, the people who is not aware of what's going on, and just tell them to do that. So everything I say was factual evidence. I've been watching since before the United States been aware of it. I mean, since people in the United States been aware, because they've been reporting since September. So.
Well, that's partially true, Wolverine. Currently, right now, like the major vendors, Henry Schein, Patterson, all of these companies right now are limiting our supplies. So normally, if we bought I usually will buy 10 cases of gloves a week, and each size from small to extra large. Plus, I buy level 1 masks 2 and 3. They have limited the amount. They have reduced it to now 5 cases a week. And so even Henry Schein Medical Suppliers, they have told us that it is now considered a controlled product. That is what the vendors are giving us back now. So we can't even stock up in our clinics.
Exactly. Everything is on back order for me as well. I'm on back order out in this world. But guess what? I knew something coming down the pipeline, and I got it in before it got so bad in China that it was an everyday topic on the news. So right now, to order, people are saying, "Can you get this? Can you get?" It's all on back order. All my vendors can't get it, but if you do find a vendor, it's ridiculous how they're charging the people that much money for a single mask, going for like $20 for a single mask.
Well, go to Henry Schein Medical Suppliers, and they do have inventory. They're just going to limit the amount that you use that you can order, but you can get it from Henry Schein as of yesterday.
Okay, so I'm gonna write that down. Let me write it down. Well, like Cardinal Health, McKesson, all those girls,
no, McKesson is down. They're not even trying to hear us right now. I tried McKesson too, and they won't let us. So what we're talking about, group, is that these are the medical supplies that even you could go online and order from Henry Schein. You can't buy in bulk like we do, but you can still get these products from. I know Henry Schein right now is the main one that's still giving out these supplies. You're right, McKesson, it's done, and McKesson has jacked up their prices like crazy.
Oh, Amazon did too. Amazon Business jacked up their prices as well. I actually put a complaint into Amazon.
N95 mask for $250.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But you know what Amazon told me? They told me because it is people can turn a Amazon Prime into a business if you have a business, and I have a Amazon Medical. So when I went to Amazon, the vendors jacked the prices up, but some vendors kept the prices of the mask the same, but they jacked the shipping prices up. So when Amazon told me that you can contact the vendor or the seller, and tell the seller to send you a copy of that receipt of how much you charging me for shipping, and most likely if I tell them to do that, they're not going to sell it to me because they know they're ripping people off. And now Amazon was in the news for price gouging. They're in the news for price gouging. Yes. It's ridiculous.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. But it is good to let the public know that they can still, there are some major medical vendors where if you can just come, you don't have to go to Amazon, eBay, or all these little things. You can go to a major medical supplier. And like I said, the only one that I know that's right now that's still selling masks and hand sanitizer and things like that is definitely Henry Schein.
Exactly. But I just want to leave this because I do have to start my day in a few minutes. I'm a little bit behind. People go to the CDC website. They update their website every day. They got pictures and diagrams of how to wash your hands, how to put on a mask, what type of mask. They got lists of vendors who sell the mask that's qualified for this coronavirus, and they tell you who need the mask and who do not. Elderly people with who are severely ill, people who need the mask first before a healthy person need the mask. Keep that in mind. So follow the CDC website, copy the pictures, send the pictures out through a MMS message, and send it to your friends and family. That's how you can get the message across. Everybody don't need to be that much alarmed, but just take precaution and then go from there. You go to Costco. Costco ran out a lot of stuff. I'm pretty sure they have water and stuff. If you stay in Florida, Florida is used to stuff like this. Florida used to being prepared for hurricanes and things like that, getting bleach and stuff like that for, just in case you out of water and you have the water, how to put 1 cup of bleach in is it a gallon of water? 1 cup of bleach in a gallon of water if the water is contaminated. So Florida people, they're used to stuff like that. So, other people who are not, just be, safe and wash your hands and be careful of touching surfaces. And just like Sister All said, try to limit yourself in the public areas, because we don't know right at this point. We don't know what's going on. Florida now got 3 cases, or 1 case overnight. It was a sister of the infected person who went to Italy, and then the lady from New York came to Miami. So, and New York airport did not communicate to Miami airport that the lady was in the Miami airport before she got, the nurse, the lady who was, I think she's a nurse or something, but she was able to quarantine herself. She had a mask on because she knew she wasn't feeling well. So that's a good sign that she knew to take precautions. So J.Dunn, again, I do apologize for my title, but hopefully you spread the good message, because you don't want right now spread this message to the people, and you allow the people to come on who are familiar, who are certified to come on to. And I understand people have fears, but the people who are certified to come on, let's come on to support the people, and let's open up a channel to help, like donations. I'm willing to donate for somebody's channel to help people who don't have the necessity.
I am too. I think that's a great idea, Wolverine.
Yeah.
Because I know that you are one of another content. I mean, you're not a content creator, but I am aware. I've been watching, listening for you for a while, and I do know that you do donate quite frequently. And I'm another person who donates to people's channels every single day, different channels. So, I would rather focus that on us. And maybe Jay could be the one to do, somebody create a channel where we can certify people to come on, and we can donate to help people like who can't afford to even get a week's supply of food. Everybody,
exactly.
Economic situation. Like me, like I said, my husband was like, okay, you want you to giveaway lady, but it's not really that. I just, that's just what I do to try to give back to people, because I can clearly see what's going on in some of these channels that people, don't really got it like that. And not that I do, but it ain't gonna hurt me, in the same way. So if we could do something like that, I think that's a excellent idea. Somebody charge of
exactly. Yeah, J.Dunn, it seems like you may be the perfect fit for the channel. Because we know, proceeds will go directly to that person. Not trying to change not trying to make this. I'm just keeping it that way. So thank you so much for having me on. I gotta, check out in a few minutes. It's almost time.
Okay, Wolverine.
Have a blessed day.
Yeah,
thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Have a good one.
All right, you too.
You too, dear.
Bye. Okay, y'all. A sense of
yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much for coming on here with actual information. Like what and a sense of well, no, this is what I gotta say, y'all. And I'm trying to choose my words. If you are used to any of the things that I do in the evening, what I do in the evening does not mirror what I try to do in the morning. Yes, have your opinion, but have facts. And the whole purpose of this discussion was the coronavirus and government conspiracies. Therefore, people in the chat who are speaking about conspiracies are very much on topic. Whether they choose to call in or choose to StreamYard in, them putting conspiracies within the chat is still on topic. So to StreamYard in and claim to be a doctor and start spouting all this stuff, because when he said he was a doctor, I said, well, I don't know this man's, I don't know his profession. But then he started just saying the same stuff that I had said, or the same stuff that's common sense. And I'm like, okay, well then I'm having a problem with people not necessarily contributing to the discussion, but just coming on here just to say something. I'm getting tired of that. And I feel like I've been patient for a little while, but I'm getting tired of that. Contribute to the discussion. Don't just come to say whatever. I don't think any contribution was done except for what you had to say, a sense of awe.
He tried to get away.
Well, that's what made me call in, Jay. Because Wolverine kind of was. I think his message had got lost, so that's why I chimed in. And in regards to conspiracy theories, I honestly do not think that a lot of this is just conspiracy theory. I do believe that there are actual documentation and facts that can relate to this coronavirus. If you listen to what Bill Gates said in 2015 about creating something to depopulize the population because of our carbon and energy output and how much it takes for each individual. So they need to get that number down. Now, we want to talk about conspiracy. We need to get that number down. And so he loves, actually, his website, atcc.com. If you go to that website is owned by Bill Gates. You can actually see online the coronaviruses in different strains being sold. It's not even, I think the highest price was like $500 or something if you go to that website. So that bacteria and that virus is actually sold to the market. Now, how they manipulate it is another thing when people get it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So it is very possible that somebody created a strain. That's why it's the foundation of it is coronavirus. But the strain of the COVID-19 is something I believe personally, and this is just opinion of the conspiracy. I believe it was manufactured and that either it leaked or somebody did it intentionally. There's also another conspiracy. If you go to a website, the content channel is called A Call for an Uprising. He talks about this distraction being implemented because they really want to get the 5G network out. Now, they claim that the 5G network gives the same exact symptoms of the coronavirus. The people and we know that China has 2 cameras. We know this is a fact. Has 2 cameras to every one person and has the full 5G network. Now, the United States, T-Mobile just launched this whole they're the only one nationwide who has 5G and everyone else is getting aboard. What does that mean? Well, that means that in order to get a network big enough to fit the globe, that means you would need a tower between every 3 homes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, not only do our devices or our routers, they have actually found that people have began getting ill from all of this technology in our homes. People are starting to get autoimmune issues, having, that sensation when you think your phone vibrated, but it didn't. That is now a conditioned response on people's physiology. Like, that's crazy. So what part of this is really conspiracy and what's not, Jay? What are your thoughts?
My thought is, and when I even put conspiracy in the title, I was simply speaking about the city of Atlanta trying to make us believe that only 2 people within this metropolitan area has this virus and has been quarantined, when the very person who brought it from Italy came through one of the busiest airports, the busiest airport in the United States, which is the Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. I refuse to believe that person didn't come in contact with many others on the plane, with many others in the airport, with many others on the way home. I refuse to believe, but they are telling us, don't panic, don't be afraid, don't be scared. The CDC is right here. Only 2 people have it. All I'm saying is, I feel like that might even be part of a conspiracy, because how in the world does the infected encounter so many people, but you want me to believe that only 2 people have it here, as big and as large as the city is?
Well, let's look at some of the things that's negligent upon from our government, right? Number one is we don't have enough coronavirus tests as it is, right? And so they are manufacturing more tests. So everybody is not getting the test like they're supposed to if they're being symptomatic. Some people are just being treated for pneumonia, and they're isolating them. So the staff member that I'm talking about at my that works for me, is she's an African-American woman, 57 years old. She got all of it. Her husband was part of the quarantine at Miramar's Marine Base here in San Diego. Mm-hmm. He took a leave of absence after the quarantine. They let him go home. 3 weeks later, his wife got really sick, which is my friend. She now is home isolating. Do you know they did not give her a test yet? Because they don't have it. They don't have it. So they just sent her home with all these antibiotics. They gave her some shots. And I talked to this poor woman yesterday. She could even barely say a sentence because her breathing is so shallow and the coughing. And it's so close to home. Like, it's just crazy. Like, I believe, honestly, Jay, that what you're saying is true, but I think it's also part of negligence because they're not equipped to even test all these people. So yes, there are a lot of people who may not even be symptomatic yet, because it takes 14 to 30 days, not just 14 to 30 days, right? So they could, and then you got some people who will get this virus and will not get sick. They just won't get sick. So it's so many different variables to this that you're right. Those numbers are definitely inaccurate. It's just that not enough people have been tested for them to confirm exactly the number. And that's going on statewide, nationally, for the United States.
And I agree with that. And even what you saying about it being negligence for them to not have the testing supplies where you are. Goodness, hold on, y'all. My alarm's starting to go off, but I agree with what you saying.
Girl, it's almost 6 o'clock in the morning here. Oh, God, it's 10 minutes to 6. I've been up early with you, girl. I just happened to go to the bathroom and caught this.
Well, I'm happy that you did. I'm honestly happy that you did. Too. But even as far as the negligence goes, I've seen negligence here in Atlanta in a different way. Like, for instance, that snowstorm that happened that caused all this chaos in 2014, where people were stranded on the highways. The roads had the iced up. Yeah, it was horrible. And it really did look like an apocalypse or something, with cars just done ran out of gas all over the interstate. You can't even travel the interstate to go to work. You can't do anything. And that lasted for like 3 or 4 days. But it came to the negligence of the city to not be prepared with salt trucks. And you were saying that over there in your area, the negligence is because they aren't prepared with what they need to test these people. They sent the woman home to be quarantined in her house, and they don't even have the means to test her to see if this is what she has.
Right. And now after she left the hospital, the emergency room, they sent her home the next day. How many times she had to stop and go get her prescriptions at CVS? She jumped in her car. How many other places? I don't even know if this lady stopped and said, "Oh, I want to get some groceries," or "Let me get a few things." And we don't know. I don't know where she been. You know, she was at my job, and we're very, very concerned. But just look at the possible exposure, and this woman still has not been tested yet. So what does that mean for San Diego? We're the first county. Actually, San Diego is the first county to actually get the community infection. The first person who got it that did not have access to any traveling person or had been out of the country, or even near anybody who had traveled supposedly in their life, caught this. Mm-hmm. So that's how we know now it's community born. So God forbid, I don't know where she been.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And how many other people did she now expose? And she still got to go back and wait for a test. In the meanwhile, she's locked in her home. That's crazy.
I agree with that.
And the only reason why I won't say anything because of my organization, because I wanted to blow it up on a video yesterday. I said a little bit about it, but I really wanted to blow this up, but I just don't want to get in trouble.
Right.
But I really want to say, like, that's crazy.
And I think,
so you're definitely right, babe. You're definitely right. You're on the right track for sure.
Yeah, and I think even Fulton County is such a large county here. So many businesses run through there. I can't tell you how many times I have to go past there. And that's where this thing seems to be quarantined. I mean,
wow.
Yeah, it's there in Fulton County here in Atlanta. The 2 cases of the two people are there. And you know how many people that live in that area or that work in that area and have to go to work to another area? It just could be spread all over. And my main question was, is it fear mongering? Because I woke up this morning wondering, oh, okay, dang, thinking about how I'm about to prepare my day to get out the house to do what I need to do. And I'm like, but are they trying to put fear in me? That's what I meant by government conspiracies. Or are they insulting my intelligence by telling me that it's only 2 people when it's actually more than that?
Absolutely, because they don't want to create a panic because they know people start flipping out.
Mm-hmm. And
so they have to control the information that they're giving. But trust and believe there's a lot more that they're not telling us. And they have to do that. That is just the nature of how all media has always been distributed. They don't tell us the entire truth. And then you find out years later, these documents was found and this person, you know how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
It happens in every facet of life. So if we don't think that they're not telling us the entire truth, then we got a problem. You can't just go by what the media is scripted to tell you, these major platforms. Now, I would go for, somebody said something about BBC in the chat earlier. Mm-hmm. I'll go for BBC. I definitely will. And Jazeera, Al Jazeera, something like that. I would go for him. But other than that, the MSNBC and CNN and all of them, they all running the same script. If you go to channel and listen, they're saying the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just if people pay attention to what the media is doing, they're feeding you the same information on the same net or each and every network. Now, that's not a script. I don't know what is. Right. And that is to control the masses.
Right.
So they're not going to tell you that it's more than 2 right now, because they might not even know, or they don't want to create a panic, because what's in that district in Fulton County is that if that's a major business district, God knows we're already crashing. I done lost money already. And listen, I'm ready to pull out my retirement already, but take my loss as it is. Mm-hmm. But to be honest with you, if it's a major business district, would I want to stop the production or the goals of whatever that business is so people won't come to that county? Like, no, I don't want to do that. So I'll just tell them, oh, it's not that bad. We got 2 cases. You feel me?
Right. And that's real. And ATL chick, I looked, let me go. I'm about to tell you where I saw. I was gonna play the video, but they said I'll get a copyright, so I can't. But if you go to, oh, thank you for that, Asensaval. If you go to WSBTV Channel 2 Atlanta, you will see the report of it. And it does say in the title underneath the video, the governor urged residents that there is no need to panic. But they didn't even specify whether it was North Fulton or South Fulton. They just said Fulton County. So it could be in North or South. It could be either one. But they are urging people not to panic with this type of information out here. And that was really my main thing about even speaking of it, because I live here. And when I go out and go to work today, I'm going to encounter plenty of other people who live in that county.
Yes, dear. And I just pray you keep yourself safe and just follow those basic steps, and you should be fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You should be fine. But keep your family safe. Do your hand washing. You know, just keep this, and just try to stay out of them public places if you can, guys. Really.
Yeah. And my family is in Mississippi, and then I have some people in Louisiana, but my family is not here. It's just me here with whatever is going on. And that's the reason why I always think about what I'm being told by the media, and I try to use logic about this whole situation. And so I woke up thinking about it, and that's the only reason why I pressed the live button. I feel, and good morning to everybody that's coming in late. Sorry, y'all. Good morning to everybody here. Good morning to y'all. But, I feel like it kind of was thrown off by just all this speculation and stuff that came in. And I'm not as much as people think that I'm a little bit controversial and problematic on here, I promise y'all I'm not a rude person. But when it comes to something this serious, especially when I know I'm about to walk out of my front door today, I don't need anybody coming on here impersonating the doctor trying to tell me nothing. I already got two guns with plenty of ammunition because I ain't never have to use a bullet once. So I don't need nobody telling me to get bullets. I need somebody that's going to tell me the facts of this and share the facts with everybody else who may be concerned. I need people who have actually researched.
And yes, unfortunately, Jade, and this is why what you're doing this morning is very important, because you do have people with that type of mindset out there that actually don't really have their priorities in order, or either don't just have enough information. And so understanding why Wolverine message could have gotten lost, I get that. I totally get that. But it's really important that you did that this morning, because this may have awakened someone else. And that's the goal. The goal is, if you could just even reach one person, sister, with what you're doing, then, you've done your part. And so with that, I'm very honored that you allowed me to be a part of the conversation this morning. I really appreciate it. I'm definitely willing to, he said something about getting a doctor. I definitely could get a doctor if that's something you want to set up and have a doctor speak with you on your platform. But this is very necessary. This is very necessary. And yes, when you're trying to do something like this, Jay, got to believe that people are going to come. It's going to be this. You're going to get this, what you got this morning, because everyone is not on the same frequency. I'm just going to leave it like that. That's it. And some people just really don't know. They just don't know. And it is our goal to educate as many people, or let people know, or even just brainstorming. This is like brainstorming, having a conversation. Well, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? Have you done some research? But do the research, guys. And don't just sit on freaking channel 2 or channel 5 and just stare at the fucking TV and believe everything that they say. I'm sorry for cursing. And believe everything that they say. We got to do our own research. And so I think that, Jay, you're going to go out because you have definitely made your blessings for this day. And you're going to be well informed, because you'll be safe, and you'll be able to come back and be able to give some more information as you continue to do research as well. And we all, want to be a part of that. And so I just thank you very much.
You're welcome, Asensavai. Thank you for what you were able to bring to the table. I really appreciate your input in everything. I do. Because the thing that I do in the morning, it's so different from what I do in the evenings if I decide to do an evening live. It's not about speculation. It's not about, it's about opinions, but you got to have some type of facts to back it up. You can't just come on here scaring people or talking about, it's going to come. That day is going to come. Or even the fact of the water being off the shelf. You know how many hurricanes I done survived where I went to the store and there wasn't no water on the shelf?
Right? Yeah, exactly. Especially even in New York, we used to get 30, we would get 30 inches of snow, and you couldn't find nothing. You couldn't even get no salt. You couldn't get anything. You couldn't even find a backup generator. Like that, it gets like that.
And even living here in Atlanta, just like I spoke about that whole ice storm that happened, the snow in 2014. Since that done happened, anytime there is a report of snow, the shelves are clean. Like gone. Everything gone. If you didn't get to the store prior to that, you probably not gonna have anything. And then you just have to
Right.
go the way you have to go. But I want to be able to give informed information on here. There are so many people who are getting up early in the morning who will come on here and StreamYard on here or call in on here with factual information. And what I don't want is for speculation to ruin my platform when it comes to the people who actually want to come with an informed information to share with other people in the morning. That's what I don't want. In the evenings, oh yes, you can come in. It could be a free for all. You could say whatever. You could speculate. You could argue. You could overtalk each other. If I feel like that's what is okay. But in the morning time, please don't bring that. Don't do that. Unless you came back with some facts or something, don't do that. Don't just roll up out of the bed and just be like, oh, well, I want to say this, but you don't have nothing to back it up. That's not what this is about in the morning. And I'm trying to figure out how to differentiate my platform with trying to differentiate what I do in the evenings based on what I do or against what I do in the mornings. And I don't want to step on
that would be good because you know what? I never knew that you differentiated morning from night. I never knew that. Like I catch you whenever I can catch you. Sometimes I'll jump in and then I have to run out, but I never really caught the difference of your streams. That morning is definitely something that you would prefer to have more factual information than nighttime is a free for. I never really knew that. So maybe some people just don't know that.
Well, and I agree with that, but that's why I asked, have y'all watched any, and not you, but have they watched any of the morning lives? Because the morning lives actually have people that come with different information. And I mean, these are more serious topics. Usually I will look at something in the news and make a live about it that morning. I don't do it every morning because if there is nothing to talk about on a particular morning, then I don't come on here. It just so happens this morning, I'm the one thinking about the coronavirus. So that's the reason why I decided to do this on here. But if you notice, it could be a lot of bickering and arguing in the evening. But what I refuse is to have bickering and arguing on here in the morning time when people are about to go start their day at work. The last thing that people want on their mind is all this bickering and arguing and foolishness. Or at least I know I don't.
I know, girl. I won't be starting my day all anxious. You know, I already got an anxiety disorder.
Yeah. And so
I need to. So, but thank you. I really gotta go, but I will continue to listen. But
okay.
I just wanted to thank you for giving me the opportunity. And if the conversation comes, if you choose this topic again, I would love to join in again.
Okay, I appreciate that, a sense of all. Thank you so much. You have a good day today.
You too. Everybody have a blessed day. Thank you so much.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye, babe.
Okay, y'all. I'm only going to be on here for a few minutes longer myself because I have to get ready for my day as well. And I don't think a sense of all hung up. What did she? I didn't hear her hang up, but either way. ATL chick 99 said started in day. DC Kool-Aid and Lisa said right, not first thing in the morning. I agree. I think that there should be some type of balance. And even with my evening stuff, I'm trying to figure out the balance within that. But like honestly, I just got a lot of thinking to do on how I'm going to do this. But I mean, at least I'm seeing that there is work that needs to be done with my lives and work that needs to be done on my channel. And I'm thinking at this particular point, since I do have the audience here, look here, guys. Even if you happen to click on the link and be backstage, if I have to just let you be backstage, I might just have to let you be backstage. And that's no disrespect or anything. But I want to get better control of what's going on my channel, no matter what the show is, whether it's an evening show or not. Even in the evening times, I've had people come on here and bring their own personal grievances on here and fight and fuss and cry. I don't want that all the time. If I have to try to be mindful of who is backstage, I'm probably going to have to do it. But at the same time, I don't want to isolate people who want to be supportive and who want to contribute. There are a lot of lives that I go on, and there are topics that I know that I don't have any idea about. All I know is my own personal opinion about it. But if I know that my own personal opinion is not going to bring any type of solid evidence or facts about the situation, I'm not going to call into it. If you notice, most of the time that I call into anybody's show, it's because we are talking about the foolishness that we see on the YouTube streets. That's different. But this coronavirus and government conspiracies, there is nothing foolish about it. Nothing foolish about it. So if somebody happens to have a serious topic that I don't feel like I have a valid contribution to, I'm not going to waste anybody's time because, A, I'm not that informed with it. I only know of what I've heard. All I know is what I possibly have read. But again, sometimes you can't even believe everything that you read. But I'm not going to call into somebody's platform and just spew my opinion without being able to back it up with any factual information. I'm not going to come on there and not have statistics to go behind me. I'm not going to do that, y'all. And I feel like if you know that you can't contribute like that, don't do that. Don't do that. Wolverine, you came with factual information after you came with the false information that you were a doctor. A sense of awe. Hold on. It is. That's it. A sense of awe. That's it. But either way, y'all, I got a lot of work to do. I got a lot of thinking to do because I love the growth of my platform and I love the contributions that people are able to give. I love it. But I think there is always a time and a place. I think that there is always a time and a place. So yeah, but either way, y'all, thank y'all for joining me this morning. I hope that y'all have a great day today. Y'all, I'm about to go out here and face this world now. I'm about to go out here and face this world. And I'm going to wash my hands. I guess I'm about to be washing my hands about 10 times today. But either way, y'all, let me go ahead and get off here and start getting ready. Thank y'all for the discussion. Thank you for the contributions. Thank you for everything. Y'all take care. Be blessed. Don't stress. Have a great day. Bye.